Bear Song.
Hey YouTube, BalisongAddict here, and today I'm going to be doing a Balisong review on the bear&son bear song. This knife was a collaboration knife with Blade Runners. That's Lucifer and KnifeZoid that run that company, and they did a collaboration with bear&son to get this Balisong. So anyway, some quick specs on this knife is the overall length. Right here is 9 3/4 of an inch. The blade length is 4.375 inches. The handle length is 5.4 inches. The weight is 4.8 ounces. And you can pick this knife up for about $115. So here's just the box right there. I thought it was a cool box. I mean, just that little Bear Ops thing, it looks pretty cool to me. So I'm just going to show you what the box looks like. There's that, and here is the knife next to a Benchmade Model 42. So as you can see, the handle is longer, the blade is longer, the overall length is obviously longer. So it's a pretty long knife. Okay, it's also heavier. It's 4.8 ounces compared to the 42's 4.1 ounces about. So anyways, the category of this knife is it's a flipper and a beater knife. Okay, it's a pretty tough knife, so that's why it's a beater, and it's not too expensive, $115. And it's also a trainer. So a trainer, you can take it around with you, go anywhere with it, and it's not a real blade, so hopefully it won't draw as much attention as a real blade. People won't get scared of it. But anyways, this isn't a knife that you're gonna just put in a collection and just keep it as like a safe queen or whatever. Okay, so the blade, obviously it's a trainer. It's 440C steel. I'm not really sure where that's marked. And it says right there, it says first production run. You guys probably couldn't see that. Probably can't see that, but that's pretty cool because I just got the one from the first production run. So I'll just do a cutting test real fast. So as you can see, there we go. Just see that. Not really a sharp knife. I'm kidding, guys. I know it's a trainer. It's not meant for cutting. That was a joke. I'm kidding. Okay, but you guys get it. So yeah, there's the blade. It's got the little holes in it to lighten up the blade because it's not sharpened like a normal blade, so it would be heavier if it didn't have those holes in it. The 440C steel is not finished, so you can see that kind of like rough look there. That also kind of goes for the beater category of knife. This knife has tang pins. As you can see, one there and one there. Needs 2 tang pins because it's not a channel style balisong. It is a sandwich style balisong, so it has 2 tang pins. The handles, they are orange G10. That's what this stuff is right here. This G10 is some rough G10. I would say it's medium to aggressive feeling G10. I guess more medium feeling. But it's pretty grippy, okay? So you can hold on to this pretty well while you're flipping. So there you go. There's the orange handled G10. I might sand it down a little bit to make it less rough and aggressive. Here is the pocket clip right there. It's a nice pocket clip, nice and sturdy. You can adjust it, or you can position it on either side of both handles. So you can position it there, that's where it already is. You can put it there or there. That's kind of nice. Just put it wherever you want to put it. The latch. Okay, it's a normal latch. It's not a spring latch. You can see that it is circular. I actually like this latch. And the lockup on it, locks up pretty tight right there. Mediumly tight. I like how it kind of just slides off. So you saw how tight it was there, but now here is the disappointment. So you see that, just kind of, I'm not squeezing the handles together at all. It's really loose in the open position. So you can actually fall out if I'm just shaking it. So that's kind of annoying, but Just a $115 knife, so I guess that's not big of a deal. Not too big of a deal. When I squeeze the handles together, they actually touch right there. Okay, and they touch much more easily in the open position. I don't like that. They touch too easily, in my opinion, in the open position. The pivots and tolerances. This knife has some pretty good tolerances. When I got this knife just out of the box, it was really stiff. Okay, I had to oil this. You can see the little black stuff around the pivots. I had to oil this knife, and I adjusted the pivots to make them a little bit less tight. So you can see the blade play. It had much less blade play, or much less play in the handles before I adjusted it. But so I had to do this to make it not stick to the handles. You know what I mean? When I drop it out, it would stick in there, you know, or it would stick in there. So you're gonna get this knife, and it's gonna be pretty stiff. Well, at least in my experience, that's what happened. And you'll just have to oil it and adjust the pivots. But anyways, the pivots, they're nice pivots. They're not gonna break. You can actually, there's a screw, or you can use a Torx wrench or a Torx driver on both sides of it. So that's a little bit weird. Usually in pivots, you can only use the Torx driver on that side and then not on that side. I don't know, but that's just how this knife was designed. And it has phosphorus bronze washers. You probably can't see them too well in there. You're just gonna have to take my word for it. Phosphorus bronze washers in there, which are the best. That was a good choice. Balance. Okay, so the balance in this Balisong. I'm gonna hold it just kind of on my finger. That's right about where the middle of the weight is. Okay, you see that? Just a little bit lower than the pivots on the handle side. And that's because there are these big stainless steel spacers on the sides. And that's the outside look of it. And then the inside, that's what the stainless steel spacer looks like. Okay. The stainless steel spacers, along with this G10, I don't like it a whole ton because the G10 is relatively light. It's really thick slabs of G10, which is nice. The G10 is relatively light, but the stainless steel spacers are really heavy, so I don't know, it just kind of makes it harder to do moves like twirling and such. But the balance on this knife, it's okay balance. As you can see right here, it's very much biased, and it's not blade heavy at all. Wow, I can't get to stay, but it's not blade heavy, as you can see. But yeah, so there's the balance of it. The ergonomics of this knife. The handles are nice and rough, so you guys know that. And that's pretty much it. They're nice and rough handles, so they're easy to hold on to. It's good ergonomics. I mean, if you're going to be cutting with this, which it's a trainer you're not going to be cutting with, there's no pieces of metal that protrude from the blade right here, like most blades have. So here, let me whip that out on the floor 42. So you see these little things right there. See what I'm talking about? There's none of those on the Balisong. I mean, that just kind of makes it easier to do chaplains, I guess. But yeah. What else can I talk about this knife? Okay, so the flippability of this knife. This knife is generally a pretty good flipper. But, I wouldn't choose it over Nathan Dewey's Arc Fiend or Fiend. Okay? I feel that the Nathan Dewey's Balisongs are a little bit better than this. Okay, they're about the same price range as this. But I just don't enjoy flipping this as much. On a scale of 1 to 10 for flipping, I give the Balisong a 7.8 out of 10. So it's still doing pretty well. I gave the Nathan Dewey Balisongs, I gave those an 8 out of 10. So just 7.8, just a tiny bit lower. It's really, really close for me. But it's not what I prefer. Okay. So, pretty good flipper. not the best, not near 42 or Archangel, but it's not supposed to be. It's only a $115 knife. It's not supposed to match the performance of those knives. As far as durability on this knife is very durable, which it's supposed to be. I've dropped it on concrete, blacktop, tile, wood. I mean, I haven't noticed anything wrong with it from dropping it at all. And believe me, I've dropped it on concrete a few times. That goes again towards the beater aspect of the knife. It's definitely a beater, and it'll take a beating and it'll work. The appearance of this knife is pretty cool. The bright G10, or the bright G10, the orange G10. A lot of people might like that. Some people might not. But it kind of goes towards the "I'm not a weapon" look, so you can carry it in public. It's pretty unique. I mean, there's not really any production trainers that have this quality. There's not really any production knives that are quite this good either. I mean, this beats out the Kimura on flipping. As far as value for this knife is the expected value. If I was to make this knife and just take a guess as to what the value was, this is what I put it at. So it's pretty good value. Nothing too significant, but pretty good value knife. I would recommend getting this knife. Definitely recommend it if you want to carry a Balisong around with you and not want to attract attention, or just want to be in correspondence with your laws. Quick little negative point about the knife here, the tang cups. As you can see, there's a very sharp cut for the tang cups. Now when you get a sharp cut, what I mean by sharp is it's not really rounded. This little cut, this corner right here, it's not really rounded at all, and that can make it pinch you. And so what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to choke down, I guess is the word for it. You're not going to choke up, you're going to go down on the handle a little bit when you're twirling. But just a little minor thing. And also, the G10 spacers make it seem a little bit like a spider fly, I guess, in the way that it flips. I don't know, just the heavy weights on the back. Once again, overall, it's a really good knife. I like it. I would recommend getting this knife. I'm going to put in some flipping footage right now for you guys so you can watch how it flips. I hope you guys enjoyed this review, and thank you for watching.